Whenever you come across this word theorem, there would be 6 defined steps which you all need to follow always. Now, this is very important, believe me. The first step, children, is the statement itself of that theorem. For instance, for example, sum of the measures of angles of a triangle is 180. So this is the statement, and we are done with the first step. Statement लिख दिया है हमने. The second step is again very important, children, which is figure. Now, to understand what figure is to be drawn, we need to read the statement very carefully. Sum of the measures of angles of a triangle is 180. Tell me, यहाँ पे कौन सा figure draw होना चाहिए, children? Right. We need to draw a triangle. So we draw a triangle. We can name it as ABC, PQR, or whatever you all want, right? So I've named it as triangle AB. So we have completed 2 steps, remember, out of 6. The first was to copy the statement itself. The second, to draw the figure. The third step, children, is to write down the given. Now, I want some student here to answer it in the chat box. What could be the possible part which is given from the statement? Looking at the statement, tell me what should be given. I don't know. There is some problem. I'm not able to access the chat box. Though we'll move ahead, children. The given part here has to be the figure is a triangle. That is, ABC is the required triangle. You can put it that way. There are many students who might have thought that the given part is sum of the measures is 180 degree. You all are wrong. That is not the given. The only thing which is given is a triangle, right? The next step after given, children, is to prove. So what is to prove here? Right, यहाँ पे maximum students correct होंगे. That is, sum of 3 angles is 180 degree, and we won't write it in the way of statement. We write it mathematically. That is, angle A plus angle B plus angle C is equals to 180 degree. This is what we need to prove. So we have completed how many steps, children? Statement was the first step, figure the second step, given third step, to prove fourth step. The fifth step is construction, and children, fifth step construction, it may or may not be needed in few theorems. So it is not a compulsory step. It may or may not be needed, right? Few theorems it is not required. Few theorems it may be required. The last step is proof, where we give the logical part and we follow that logical part with the reasons, mathematical part with reasons, right? So this is how a theorem looks like. These are the steps. The first step is the statement, second the figure, third given, fourth to prove, fifth construction if required, and last one is proof, sixth one. I want you all to copy this slide as it is and remember the 6 steps. Very, very, very useful for both 9th and 10th standard. Finished? I hope everybody might have finished. Even if not, you may later on just go to the YouTube part and copy it from there. Yeah. Moving ahead, children. Problem set. Question number 2. Write the antecedent, that is given part, and the consequent part to be proved in the following statement. So here is the first sub question, children. If all sides of a triangle are congruent, then its all angles are congruent. So we need to write down what is the given part, that is antecedent, and what is the part which is to be proved, consequent. Given part will always be between if and then. There is a trick. जो भी चीज if और then के बीच में लिखा हुआ होता है, that is always given. तो यहाँ पे if और then के बीच में क्या लिखा हुआ है? All sides of a triangle are congruent. I hope everybody is looking at the question, right? There are these two words, if in the first line, then on the second line. So anything between if and then, that will be given part. All sides of the triangle are congruent. So children, we write the given part is, there is this triangle named as ABC and uska तीनों sides congruent है, because it is mentioned in the statement. All the sides are congruent. So we write segment AB is congruent to segment BC, which is congruent to segment AC. अच्छा, you can also write it as given के वहां पे bracket में लिख सकते हो if you want antecedent, because it is the same, right? Next, the part which is to be proved. Then what is the to prove part here, children? All angles are congruent. That means it has to be angle A is congruent to angle B is congruent to angle C. Now in this case, the figure is not compulsory, but without it, you cannot just write down given and to prove, right? So kindly copy the figure along with given and to prove part in the solution. I'll give you a minute for copying the figure and the solution. Finished? You don't need to copy the question, children, just the solution part and the figure. I hope everybody might have copied it. Yeah, so we move on to the next sub question. Sub question number 2. Problem set question 9. Diagonals of a parallelogram bisect each other. Now, there, this is the statement where children, you people find it difficult to figure out what part is given and what part is to prove, right? Diagonals of a parallelogram bisect each other. I want you all to think what part has to be the given part and what part has to be the to prove. Just think the answers in your mind. I'll give you the explanation. Here, The given part is basically a parallelogram, just a parallelogram and its diagonals. So I'll draw a parallelogram, a figure for a parallelogram. As you can see it on the screen, quadrilateral PQRS is a parallelogram. And there are diagonals, children, which I would state that they intersect each other at point M. Now I've used the word intersect and not bisect. I hope everybody knows what is meaning of the word bisect. There is a difference between the word intersect and the word bisect. The word intersect, children, means just meeting at a single point. And the word bisect means two lines divide each other into two equal parts. Dividing into two equal parts is basically meaning of word bisect. So I've used the word intersect in given part and not bisect. The two proof part has to be they bisect each other. Now bisect matlab dividing into two equal part. Now look at diagonal PR in the figure, children. I hope everybody is looking at diagonal PR in the figure. If I say PR ka value is 10, and then tell me what would be the value of PM. The value of PM has to be perfect 5 because वो equal part में divide हो रहा है. अच्छा MR का value कितना होगा 5. That means can I state PM will be equal to MR and as well as QM. If you look at the figure, QM will be equal to MS. So that means two proof part has to be PM is equals to RM or MR, whatever you name it as. And second, diagonal QM is equal to diagonal SM, right? I hope it is clear. Draw the figure, write down given and the two proof part. Copy the solution. I hope everybody has understood the solution, the question. Finished copying the sum? We move on to next question, children. Problem set, question number 10. It says, draw a labeled figure showing information in each of the following statements and write the antecedent and consequent. It is like the previous sum. जहाँ पे हमको फिगर ड्रॉ करना है, एंटीसीडेंट यानी गिवन लिखना है और कॉन्सिक्वेंट यानी टू प्रूफ लिखना है, राइट? So just like the previous sum, children, the statement here is two equilateral triangles are similar. So we need to first of all identify what is given and what is to prove. The given here is two equilateral triangles. That's it. Itna hi given hai. So we need to draw two equilateral triangles. I name those equilateral triangle randomly as triangle ABC and triangle PQR. I hope everybody knows what equilateral triangles are. The definition of equilateral triangle is if all the three sides of a triangle are equal, such a triangle we call it as equilateral triangle. Now here there are two equilateral triangles. This information is given. So I state triangle ABC and triangle PQR are equilateral triangles. And the further part, the to prove part, children, here has to be that we need to prove that this are similar. And I hope everybody knows how the similar symbol looks like. Mathematically, the similar symbol just looks like as it is shown in the screen. Triangle ABC, just wave-like structure. Triangle ABC is similar to triangle PQR. I hope it is clear. Yeah, just copy this up. The next two sub questions, the difficulty increases. I want you all to try those sums. Definitely, I'll give the solution, don't worry. But first of all, finish copying this. Yeah, I hope everybody might have finished copying, right? So I move to problem set, question 10, sub question 2. Don't worry, even if you have not finished copying, later on you may copy it from the YouTube video part. If angles in a linear pair are congruent, then each of them is a right angle. Now there are two beautiful words here, children, if and then. Why I said beautiful? Because if and then दिया है मतलब हमको clearly समझ में आता है कि given क्या है और to prove क्या है, right? The given part here is angles in a linear pair are congruent. So first of all, I draw a linear pair. I hope everybody knows what a linear pair is. ऐसा दो angles जिनको add करके 180 होता है and they are adjacent to each other. Something like this as shown on the screen. Angle ABD and angle CBD. They form a linear pair, right? So दोनों angle linear pair form करते हैं. लेकिन अगर आप question पढ़ोगे, it says if angles in linear pair are congruent. तो linear pair होने के साथ साथ वो दोनों angles congruent भी है. This is also given. So I state angle ABD is congruent to angle. It is clear. तो ये तो हमने given लिख दिया. अभी to prove. To prove क्या है? Then each of them is a right angle. मतलब हमको क्या prove करना है? Angle ABD and angle CBD दोनों का value कितना होना चाहिए? Right angle मतलब 90 degree. Perfect. So we need to prove that both these angles are equal to 90. I hope everybody might have understood this. So copy the figure along with the solution. Be quick. Let's see who can solve the next question. Yeah, the next sub question, children. Third sub question. Since it is bit difficult, bit on the difficult side, I would say it is important question maybe asked in the exams. Sure. Third sub question. Don't worry, for those students who have not finished copying, you just copy it later on. If the altitudes drawn on two sides of a triangle are congruent, then those two sides are congruent. मेरे को पता है कुछ समझ में ही नहीं आया स्टेटमेंट पढ़ के. Children, just focus on those two words first. If and then in the question. If और then के बीच में जो भी है, that is the given part, right? If the altitudes, first thing, I hope everybody knows what is meaning of the word altitude, right? I hope everybody knows what altitudes are. If not, don't worry, I'll help you with that. First of all, we draw a triangle on the screen. You can name it as anything, children. Like I've named it as ABC. Now, the word altitude, what it means is a perpendicular which is to be drawn from any vertex to the opposite side. I'll show it to you all on the screen as well. Don't worry. First of all, I state in triangle ABC. Now, this altitude, children, they are to be drawn on any two sides of the triangle, right? Which two sides? Let us consider those two sides randomly. I select side AB. Now, to draw an altitude, just to understand altitude in better way, it is nothing but height. Height draw करने के लिए, altitude draw करने के लिए, we have to use the vertex which is opposite to the base. तो यहाँ पे AB को opposite कौन है? Perfect, C. So we draw a perpendicular from C and CM is nothing but the altitude. लेकिन अगर आप पढ़ोगे वो highlighted part question में, if the altitudes drawn on the two sides of the triangle are congruent, मतलब हमको altitudes कितना side पे draw करना है? 2. So I select one more side randomly, children. जैसे यहाँ पे हमने select किया segment CM को, which is perpendicular to segment AB, such that if you see it in the figure, M lies between A and B. So हम लिखेंगे A dash M dash B. अच्छा, इसका उल्टा भी लिख सकते थे आप, B dash M dash A, right? The second side can be selected randomly. You can select AC or you may select BC. Now I have selected AC here on the screen. Now if I select AC, children, as the base, the height, the perpendicular altitude has to come from the opposite vertex. मतलब altitude कहाँ से draw करना पड़ेगा? Vertex B. So we draw perpendicular from there. The name of this perpendicular is BN. So we write in the given part, segment BN is perpendicular to side AC. Also, there is this betweenness A dash N dash C. So this is the given part. अच्छा, मुझे ध्यान से स्टेटमेंट पढ़ के बताओ कि गिवन पार्ट कंप्लीट हो गया है कि देयर इज समथिंग व्हिच इज टू बी एडेड. If the altitudes drawn on the two sides of the triangle are congruent, is there something which is missing? मैंने अभी तक लिखा नहीं है. Yes, it is stated those two altitudes which we have drawn, children, they are congruent. So दो altitudes हमने draw किया है, BN and CM, they are congruent. I hope this is clear. तो ये तीन स्टेटमेंट्स जो गिवन में लिखे हैं, फर्स्ट सेकंड थर्ड, मिला के गिवन कंप्लीट होता है. नाउ वी टॉक अबाउट टू प्रूफ. देन दोस टू साइड्स आर कॉन्ग्रुएंट. नाउ विच टू साइड्स? जिनके ऊपर परपेंडिकुलर ड्रॉ किया था. नाउ किसके किसके ऊपर परपेंडिकुलर ड्रॉ किया? इफ यू लुक एट द फिगर यू विल अंडरस्टैंड वी हैव ड्रॉन परपेंडिकुलर्स ऑन segment AB and segment AC. So we need to prove that these two are congruent. I hope it is clear. Everybody has understood this. Please copy it. Hope everybody has finished copying. Yeah, we move ahead, children. Right? Practice set 1.3, question number 2. Write the converse of following statements. अभी क्वेश्चन पढ़ के ऐसा लग रहा होगा कि बहुत इजी है, राइट? डोंट वरी, let us look at the question. First sub question: alternate angles formed by two parallel lines and their transversal are congruent. Now, because there is no if and then in this statement, believe me students, you all get confused. तुमको पता ही नहीं चलता कि इसमें given क्या है, to prove क्या, फिर उसका उल्टा कैसे करें, गड़बड़ कर देते हो. So to understand this question very clearly, first thing is I want you all to identify what is given in this question and what is to prove. If you read the statement carefully, it says alternate angles formed by two parallel lines and their transversal are congruent. Children, you know what the given part here is? Two parallel lines. And the two proof part, children, is alternate angles are congruent. So now, if you have this thing in your mind very clearly, कि given क्या है, to prove क्या है, तो converse करना is not difficult. You just have to write the to prove as given and the given as to prove. मतलब अगर आप देखोगे screen पे कुछ ऐसा. I hope everybody has seen that. I've just exchanged the statements. If alternate angles are congruent, then the two lines are parallel. It has to be converse, but you don't have to write it as I've shown it on the screen. You have to write it like this: if the alternates are good, then the two lines are parallel. I hope it's clear. जो भी ऊपर लिखा है converse of the above theorem given to prove, this is not compulsory. This is just for us to understand. I hope it is clear. Yeah. So copy the answer. Just two more sums and we are done for the day. Yeah, second sub question. I hope everybody has finished the first one. You have to just copy that statement which I have written at the bottom. If alternate angles are congruent, then the two lines are parallel. That's it. Saransh from Vikroli is requesting for remote control of your screen. Saransh, you will be into the waiting room. Such things. Yeah. Moving ahead, children. If a pair of interior angles made by a transversal of two lines are supplementary, then the lines are parallel. Now, this becomes easier for us because there are those two magical words, if and then. If and then को magical इसीलिए बोल रहा हूँ because if और then के बीच में जो भी है वो given है, clearly समझ में आता है, और then के बाद जो भी है to prove. So we just have to do the converse thing, उल्टा करना है, right? So if the lines are parallel, then अच्छा यहाँ पे given पहले लिखा है to prove and then उसका उल्टा करेंगे. So basically if you try to form a statement, it has to be if two lines are parallel, then the pair of interior angles made by them would be supplementary. I hope it is clear. Yeah, kindly copy the answer. You don't have to copy given to prove which is written. That is just for understanding purpose. The answer is at the bottom. The third and the last sub question, children, which we have already discussed in the earlier lectures, if you all remember, when we started this topic, the diagonals of a rectangle are congruent. अब इसका converse करना है. See, the given part here is a rectangle. मैं स्क्रीन पे नहीं दिखाने वाला हूँ, तो ध्यान से सुनना. Given part is a rectangle and to prove part is diagonals are congruent. तो इसको उल्टा अगर कर दिया तो क्या हो जाएगा? If the diagonals are congruent, then the quadrilateral is a rectangle, which may or may not be true. तो अगर आप converse लिखते हो तो आपको नीचे ब्रैकेट में लिखना पड़ेगा, नोट द अबव स्टेटमेंट मे और मे नॉट बी ट्रू, या फिर you can also write this: converse of above theorem does not exist or may even be wrong, something like that. It depends upon your school teacher. I hope everybody has understood what I said for this particular statement. इसका उल्टा अगर किया, if the diagonals are congruent, then the quadrilateral is a rectangle. It may or may not be true, right? So just write down this thing. Pranjali from Vikroli again is requesting for the same thing. Yeah, I hope everybody has copied this statement. Converse of above theorem does not exist, right? That's it. We are done with today's lecture. Thank you so much, children. God bless you all. There is this small homework which I want you all to note it down. Problem set, question number 8 का third and fourth sub question. It won't even take 2 minutes. I hope बहुत बच्चों ने तो अभी कर दिया होगा, अगर जो आगे का सम्स करते हैं तो, right? Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much, everybody. Yes, we will do that riddles and everything. And what was the word of the day? Everybody remember, I'm going to ask again, anybody, what was the word of the day? Anybody who remembers, what was the word of the day? Word of the day. Word of the day. Abstract. Perfect. Perfect. Thank you so much. We'll